Hello and welcome to this Quick Money Max account presentation. My name is Dave Brubaker. I'm an independent representative of United Financial Freedom. And we want to make sure you understand the following slides are for education and training. Some of the numbers used are hypothetical and are for illustration purposes only. So for precise details, go to the official company website of the individual who referred you to this presentation. We're going to talk about how to become debt-free in 1/2 to 1/3 the time with no change to your budget, no debt consolidation, no refinancing, and you don't have to go get a second job. Most folks, when they look at this, they go, wow, that was magic. And we say, nope, it was just math. Traditional banking says in order to get out of a financial hole, you need to consolidate for a lower monthly payment or refinance to a lower interest rate, or go on a biweekly payment plan. But our proprietary program will accomplish miraculous things with no refinancing, no standard of living change. And we don't go biweekly. That only cuts off 7 years, and we want to have you debt-free in 7 years. And it's not a concept or a theory, but it's proven with a 15-year track record. Let's take a look at how amortization works. This is a $200,000 mortgage at 6% for 30 years. The payment stays the same. That's fixed, but the interest and principal change. So in our first payment, $1,000 goes to interest, $199 goes to principal. In October, our second payment, in $999 interest and $200 to principal. In November, we have $998 interest and $201 to principal. Notice there's only a $1 per month difference in the difference between interest and principal. And so in January, and then we have February, our 6-month total, we paid $7,194. $5,900 of it went to interest. Only $1,211 went toward our equity. So we only reduced our mortgage by $1,211. That cost us $7,194. A little summary of the amortization. In month 1, with $199 principal and $1,000 interest, folks, that's not a 6% interest. That's 83% interest. By year 5, we've paid out $71,946. $13,891 went to interest, went to equity, excuse me, but $58,000 was paid out in interest. Only $13,000 of it we were able to keep. And by year 21, we are now got a big chunk of $100,000 equity in the house, but we still owe $100,000. So we're only at the halfway mark in year 21. By year 30, we paid out $431,000. Interest was $231,000. That's a 53% interest. Let's take a look at a more realistic one. How about a $300,000 mortgage at 4%? So in the interest in year 1 is 69%. By year 5, 63%. In the 10th year, we're still paying 55% interest. And then year 15, 46% interest. So we're here to tell you that there is a better way. Let's answer this question. Is it smart to take out a 10% loan to pay off a 6% debt? The first time that was posed to me, I didn't hesitate to say, oh, absolutely not. That doesn't make sense. But let's go to our bank and borrow $1,012 at 10%. It's going to cost us $120 a year interest. And let's take and apply that to 5 months of principal. Now we're going to make our first payment in our mortgage, plus we're going to add an additional $200 for October and November, December, January, February. So when we do that, we just eliminated October's interest of $999, and we eliminated November's interest of $998, and December's interest and January's interest and February's interest, they're all gone. So we save $49.83, and that is taken off the back end of the loan. But essentially, for $1,012, we were able to save ourselves just around $5,000. So by utilizing checking, savings, credit cards, and lines of credit, our program generates transfers like this every couple months, making sure that every dollar is either earning interest or canceling interest. Now, there's 4 requirements for this program to work. Number 1, you have to have some debt. It doesn't necessarily have to be mortgage debt, just debt of any kind. Our illustrations are going to be based on a mortgage, though. Um, you must have a checking account, you must have a savings account, and you must have access to the proprietary program. Now, it's optional that if you can have an advanced line of credit, you can cut off an additional 6 months to a year, but it is not required. That would be a personal line of credit or a business line of credit, a credit card with a $300 minimum, or a home equity line of credit. We call that a HELOC for short. We'll be using a HELOC in our illustrations. Now, here are 4 money saving strategies. Our program utilizes more than 8 strategies, but we're just going to look at 4 of them: interest accumulation, interest float, interest cancellation, and strategic payoff. Let's look at one possible scenario. This is John and Rebecca Jones. They've got a total income in their household of $5,000. Their expenses are $4,800. They only have $200 in discretionary income. And their liability structure is pretty simple. They've got their $200,000 mortgage, and they do have a credit card at 12%, and there's nothing on it at the present time. So in month 1, we are going to look at interest accumulation. Now, we get our paycheck, and John and Rebecca's paycheck goes into their checking account, but the program says you're not earning any money there, so let's move the $5,000 over into your savings account, where you are going to get a whopping 3%. You say that doesn't sound like it's worthwhile, but you know what? If you do this a lot of times over the lifetime of your mortgage, you can create a substantial amount of extra money. Now, since our money's in savings, we're going to have to pay our bills with our credit card. So we'll make our house payment with our credit card, our car payment, buy our groceries, pay our utilities, all with our credit card for $4,800. Now, something happened. We got $199 less now in our mortgage. We made a mortgage payment, and we've gained $12 in our savings account. So this is our first principle, called interest accumulation. Next, we have interest float. Now, we've been using this credit card for 30 days interest free. And so we can expect that the program is going to tell us to take our income that just came into our checking account and use $4,800 of it to pay off the credit card, so we have no interest payments. Now, the program may tell us to move $3,789 over into checking, leaving a reserve there in our savings account. And then this takes us to the third principle of interest cancellation. So here in month 2, we're going to take $3,989 and we're going to apply that to principal. We're going to eliminate 18 payments and save $18,000. Of course, we're not showing it here, but we're going to probably pay our bills again this month with our credit card and then pay it off at less than 30 days. So this is called interest cancellation. So what happens when we apply $3,989 to principal? Well, before this, we had a loan balance of $199. Now we only have a loan balance of $195. So we reduced our balance by $3,989. And instead of having 358 payments, now we only owe 340. And so we eliminated 18 payments by doing this. We used to have an interest of $231,000. Now we only have $212,000 of interest to pay off. So we wiped out $18,855. I don't know about you, but might it be a good idea to borrow $3,989 if it means saving $18,855? Anybody that works in the investment world would look and say, well, that just makes sense. Yeah. So the fourth strategy is strategic payoff. The more debt we have, the more payoff options there are to choose from. And some of them are simple interest loans, some are compound interest, some are amortized interest. And the program looks at all those different ones and it makes the decision as to which one to pay off first. So that's not really a concern. Just follow the program. So John and Rebecca's summary, after 30 years, they would have paid an interest of $247,000, but on the Money Max system, they paid their house off in 15.7 years, and they only paid $125,000. So they saved $121,886. Plus, they saved 14 years of mortgage payments that they can stash away for retirement. So let's look at a second scenario. Second scenario, very similar. Monthly living expenses are $2,800. Our primary mortgage is $1,199. That's the same. Our income is the same, $5,000. But our total living expenses are $4,000, which gives us a discretionary income of $1,000 to work with. Now, keep in mind, we're using our HELOC like a checkbook. Using our HELOC like a checkbook. We're going to put our paycheck in it, and we're going to pay our bills out of it. Now, your personal dashboard on your account will say that you've got about 9.9 years to pay off your house. It's telling you that there's an interest remaining of $67,000. You have a potential interest savings of $164,000. So the personal dashboard does all the calculating, and they say, hey, let's start out by borrowing $6,387 from your HELOC, and let's apply that to principal. So month number one, our line of credit balance is zero, but we're going to borrow $4,000 from it to pay our monthly expenses, and another $6,387 to apply to principal. So we have a balance now at the end of month one of $10,387. We're going to put our monthly paycheck in there of $5,000. So now we have an ending balance of $5,387. Oh, we got to pay $44 interest for having borrowed that money from our HELOC for the month. So our ending balance is $54.32. We canceled $29,000 in interest, and we eliminated 29 payments. Month two, we start out with $54.32. We pay our expenses with it, and we have a total balance on our HELOC of $94.32. We put our paycheck in there, which lowers our balance now to $44.32. We pay $36 in interest, and then we begin month three with $44.69. We pay our expenses. We have a new balance of $84.69. We put our paycheck in there, and now we have an ending balance at the end of month three of $3,469. So we pay $28.91 interest, and we begin month four with $34.98 balance on our HELOC. We take another $4,000 to pay our bills. Our new balance is $7,498. Put our paycheck in there, and now at the end of month four, we've got a balance of only $24.98. And guess what? The program says, oops, time to borrow some more money and put on principal. So we're going to borrow $42.31, and that gives us an ending balance now on our HELOC of $67.36. And yes, we had to pay interest for that. So our total 3 months interest paid was $129.90. We canceled $45,666 in interest. We eliminated 46 payments. What did it cost us to do that? $129. I'm just going to stop here for a minute. Think about that. For $129, we just knocked $45,000 off of our mortgage. Let's jump ahead now to month 7. Our loan balance is $48.74. We're going to borrow $4,000 to pay our expenses. Our new balance is $88.74. Put our paycheck in there, and we have a balance now of $3,874. We apply to principal. Program says take another $39.11 out, and that gives us an ending balance of $77.85. Oh, we got to put $64 on there for interest for the month. So at the end of 7 months, we've got $78.50 on our HELOC. Guess what? In 7 months, we paid a total interest of $320.23. We canceled $59,000 of interest off of our mortgage, and we eliminated 61 payments. What did it cost us to knock $60,000 off of our mortgage? $320. I'm going to pause there for a minute and let you just let that sink in for a minute. Wow. Okay. A summary of the amortization schedule. Here at the end of month 5, we had remaining 309 payments. At month 6, we had 308 payments remaining. And then in month 7, all of a sudden, we got 292 payments remaining. And our balance went from 187 down to 183. In month 8, um, something unique happened, and that is our principal now is $280. Look at the month before, it was only $259. Now it went up. Remember, we're only supposed to be changing our monthly payment by $1 a month. And so we should only be up $9 by now, but we're up $20.86 from the month before. As a matter of fact, in the total 8 months, we've gone from 199 to 280 now going toward principal. We've had an 8-month total principal jump of $81. The principal jump on the conventional plan by this time is only $9 versus 81. We're really well on our way to knocking out this mortgage. So we canceled 59,153 in interest, eliminated 61 payments, and we feel like we're really getting somewhere. Now the dashboard after 7 months tells us we're still on pace to pay our house off in 9.3 years. The interest remaining is 60,424, and we have potentially can save 164,000 before this is all done, but we've already saved 59,000 in our first 8 months. So guess what? The program tells us in month 8, we've already got another 2934 available in our HELOC to put on principal in month 9 or month 8. So how do we compare? Here's the Money Max account on the left, $200,000 mortgage, and balance after 7 months is 183,000. On the conventional plan, it's 198,000. As a matter of fact, on the conventional plan, it will take us 5.7 years to get our balance down to 183,000. And here we did it in 7 months. Going to pay our Money Max account off in 9.9 years compared to 30 years. And the total interest paid was 67,000 compared to 231,000. So we're going to choose one of these two, either 9.9 years or 30 years. It's your choice. We saved $164,600 plus 20 years of payments that we can now put into a second house, third house, fourth house, or just stash it away in our favorite investment for our retirement and consider retiring early. So what is needed? We need a home equity line of credit, a personal line of credit, commercial line of credit, secured line of credit, or a credit card. But up until now, that's what we had to have, but now we don't anymore because the software has been re-engineered and retooled and works with just a checking and savings account. The line of credit method works like this. You've got money going into the checking account, and then we use it to pay down the line of credit. And another month's income comes in, and we use it to pay down the line of credit. And when it gets down to the to what we call the optimal transfer point, that's when the program tells us to move some money over to the strategic debt payoff. And it looks at everything and decides if we're going to make a monthly payment, extra principal on the debts of the house, the car, or what I call the toys. So in the checking and savings method, it works very similar. Money comes into the checking account, and what we do is we move it over to savings and we build up our savings. It just takes a little longer to get started. And then money comes into our checking account again, and we simply transfer some more over to savings. And then when it reaches what we call the optimal transfer point, instead of borrowing, we're going to pay on our house, car, or toys. And in this particular illustration says we're going to make a payment on the debts. And of course, in between here, we are also utilizing, if it's possible, to make some monthly payments, our monthly expenses on the credit card. That's also involved here. So what do I need? Why do I need this? Well, the first thing I asked when I met one of the founders of the company and the owners, I said, why can't I just apply additional money to principal myself? And he told me something that I didn't understand at first, but I do now. The program computes the optimal time to leverage money and float and cancel interest to pay off all your debt in record time. It sounds simple, but the formula has millions of lines of code and many different algorithms hard at work all the time. It is beyond human reasoning. So banks have relied on this math and timing to make money work for them. Now you too can begin to bank like a bank. Awesome. We call this your financial GPS. Like a GPS, the program constantly recalculates. It takes every single aspect of your financial situation into an account. And if you are a financial professional and you work with clients, it's nice to know that they walk out of your office with a GPS in their pocket that's going to keep them on track. You can put together a great financial plan, but boy, staying on it and not getting distracted. It happens. Life happens. But the GPS keeps putting us right back on track, and it does not have emotions. It looks at everything logically all the time. It wants to know if you have multiple streams of income or is your income commission based? How much do you owe? For how long? Are the interest rates fixed, adjustable, simple, amortized, compound? The program anticipates what's coming down the road: vacations, holiday spending, tax returns. It plans for the unexpected because we know that stuff happens. And your financial GPS basically guides you to pay off all debts, makes complicated decisions for you, stays focused, tracks success, builds wealth. It lets you know the exact day and year you will be debt free. Otherwise, most people don't know that. I just bought a new house. It's a 20-year mortgage, and we're going to have it paid off in 6 years with no additional money. I don't have to go out and get a second job. Just follow the program. It does not move money, does not pay your bills. There are no account numbers, no social security numbers necessary. Nobody has access to your money. It's simply an account register that wants to know two things: how much money's coming in and how much money's going out. It'll take you about 10 minutes a month to update the program to keep you on track. Now, the summary is you can eliminate all your debt in as little as 5 to 7 years. It helps you make educated financial decisions. In many cases, it improves your credit scores, and you own the program for life. You can use it on multiple houses. You're not just limited per house. So there are no monthly fees, contracts, or surprises, and it's lifetime updates, and you have live customer support and coaching available to you whenever you need it. So we've received national recognition. The Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award was given in 2008 for the Utah region of Financial Services Division. Ernst & Young doesn't just give this award out. They do an intensive due diligence, look at financials, longevity, retention, product viability, the impact on consumers, and it's the same award given to Apple and eBay and Starbucks and Microsoft. So we've been featured in many business publications, and our success, we have it tracked, a live tracker in our website. This was last taken on January the 10th, 2020, and that is we had eliminated 2 billion, 31 million in the 15 years we've been in business. So we are excited about getting America free from debt. We have guaranteed results. If you use the system and it doesn't perform the way that it's supposed to, you can get your 100% of your money back. And you're asking yourself, well, will it work for me? And our answer is, we can't say for sure. It depends on a couple variables. And the only way to find out is to schedule a free financial analysis with the person who referred you. And then you'll know if it's going to work or not. So the next step is to get a free analysis. It's a 2-page analysis. We punch a bunch of numbers in, and it goes to work and prints out this analysis, and it lets the numbers do the talking. So I want to thank you for your time and attention. See the person who invited you to this video, and look forward to can't get out of this program. Look forward to helping you as best we can. Thank you for your time.